Okay. What do we got here? So apparently Destiny's fucking... Apparently something big happened. Again, I don't keep up too much on this shit, sadly. Well, I don't know why I said sadly. I just don't keep up on this as much as I think I would. But there's so many videos. He puts out so many videos. So many fucking shit all the time. But I just happened to see this literally going on now, so I rewound the tape and we'll take a look. Apparently something big's going on with Mr. Girl and some other stuff. I think with that Lav person. So let's see.
Generally, when I meet people online, there is very limited interaction that I have at such a level to where if I couldn't cut a person off, I wouldn't care. It's incredibly rare. There's like 3 people in my life where it would affect me. But after a few months ago, I had a tumultuous interpersonal thing that happened. And I was like, okay, well, here's like a lesson I think that I've learned for myself. I'm going to reach out and talk to more people offline to try to have more like human friendly relationships. Because that's what human beings do.
Oh no.
For me. And one of those people was our good friend Max.
Oh no. I can already tell this is going bad. Starting off with saying, hey, I used to have big walls. I used to have these walls that would protect me. I decided to take them down for some reason. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should be more human. Maybe I should allow that shit to happen. And god damn it, I was wrong. Fucking building up those walls 2 times higher, 2 times stronger.
And another one of those people, before she became a streamer, was Lav.
Oof.
Spoke with her like a few months ago. She wasn't really into the whole streaming thing. So I didn't really think much of it. It's like, oh, random person I've spoken to before, or whatever. And yeah.
And it ruined everything. Oh my god.
So
that really sucks. Oh, he banned people. Wait, who'd he ban? That really sucks. Because throughout all of like Destiny's things, that's been like a big thing that I feel like he's mentioned. And the way that he talked about Mr. Girl definitely seemed like, oh wow, this is someone that maybe he can actually like have some kind of like deeper relationship kind of with and everything. Like a more not friendly relationship, but you know, something different. Wait, this goes from 1 to 1? Oh. It goes into January. Good. Okay, good. So that must really suck. That must really suck. Actually, I'm assuming that sucks for him. I think for me, if I opened up to someone and then it like turned into what I'm assuming is going to be a shit show, like, I mean, especially when you've been doing the opposite of that up until now.
Where do we even begin?
For real.
What happened?
What happened indeed?
Am I crazy to think that Lav has hope? So here's the issue.
What's the issue, buddy?
I don't have perfect transparency. Okay. I don't normally make... So here's something that I've learned in my life, okay? One of the reasons why I think I am quite intelligent, quite good at dealing with people generally, I'm usually pretty humble about the extent of my knowledge on a person. So like, I might say or think that I have a person like 90% figured out, but I'll really only act on like 50% because like truly you don't know. Like I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, I've mind read you completely. I figured you out 100%, blah, blah, blah. Usually I get
like someone else we know.
Ask more questions, interact with somebody more. If somebody would ever ask me, and I've said this a lot on stream before, if somebody asks me, how do you know if you truly know a person? How long do you need? Like I can do it in 10 minutes and some people can do it in hours. Usually what I say is, well, if I've gone through like a really big situation with somebody, and they could have fucked me over or not, then I'll know like what that person's like. That's generally like my approach. I usually wait to see till big situations happen, and then I kind of get like a handle on what people truly are like.
Oh, and now he has that.
So that being said, generally when I'm like reading people on stream, I'm usually pretty reserved in what I'm saying. I usually don't give like all of my thoughts on those people, just because I don't know 100% and because just whatever. But I'm going to be a little bit more candid with my impressions now.
Uh-oh.
I don't actually think that Lav or Anna or Shaylin are that much in the wrong. I think that Max is actually like a full-on narcissistic manipulator who's abusive to every single person in his orbit. Probably worse than any other person I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oof.
I kind of got that inkling over the Shaylin videos, but truthfully, I'm willing to extend, like, well, maybe there's stuff I'm not seeing, maybe there's something I don't understand. Yeah, you know, like maybe there's something going on behind the scenes or whatever. So I'm...
What the fuck? Was that me? Was that my Discord? I don't think it was. No. Okay.
Like, willing to wait for data to come in, but especially watching him interact with Lav on his stream, and then seeing how Lav has changed her disposition, and then seeing the types of messages that Anna sends me now, and then hearing about what Shaylin is saying on Chud Logic's stream, now I understand way more like what's going on. That Max has a certain impression. He's able to emotionally abuse or gaslight or manipulate people around him into feeling a certain way. And he draws them in such an unbelievably effective way that he can get them to feel almost whatever he wants them to. And I think that he's done that now with people in his immediate orbit. So where do we go? It didn't work on you though. Well, because obviously I'm not manipulatable. Not like that, okay?
Damn.
Oh,
whoops.
I'm trying to get bored. I want to do this in. Let me put together what I think Max's mind looks like. Okay? This is what I think. I think that Max is extremely narcissistic. And when I say narcissistic, what I mean by that is I don't know if Max can ever be wrong about anything. I don't know if he ever sees himself as being in the wrong. I think that if something happens and it is wrong, because other people either don't understand, or other people are trying to abuse him, or other people are making mistakes, that just puts them outside of the ability to understand what's going on inside of his head. I've noticed this conversationally when he talks to people. He seems unwilling to ever back off a read he has on somebody. And I've noticed this when it comes to settling interpersonal drama with the stuff with Lex Friedman, or that professor that he blew up on his stream, or that he blew up on Twitter. It seems like he can't ever take any kind of feedback there. And I've noticed it, there's one more thing I was going to say. I think, what was I going to say? Professionally? It happens interpersonally. It happens during conversations. We're going to get to me. That where, anytime something negative happens, it's always some other person's fault. It's always like another person that's making these mistakes.
Okay.
So
looking back through their conversations, yeah, I don't know if he ever. I'm trying, like, I don't have a perfect memory, so I'm trying to recall if there's a time when he like specifically said, "Okay, I was wrong in this scenario." You can definitely, by watching him and from what he says, get the other inkling of being like, oh, he's much more of the person that would say like, giving reasons of why something was rather than saying like, oh yeah, he was wrong. So I can definitely understand that. Oh my god, who is doing this damage? Where is this damage coming from?
I think the scary thing is that in Max's mind, Max is the hero of his own world, and nothing can get in the way of that. Like, if he's on a mission, if he's on a crusade, he has to, like, he's the only one that can, like, be tasked with figuring things out. And if you misunderstand, you just have to talk to, like, his most loyal fans. They'll tell you. You're not smart enough to understand if you don't otherwise, right?
Damn.
So, damn. I'm trying to think of how much I can even say.
You can say anything.
A few days ago, I started to get a whole bunch of messages from people saying that, I'm not going to say who, but it's been a lot. A lot of people that have been reaching out to me saying that Max has been contacting every single woman I've ever had in my Discord in the background, and a whole bunch of men trying to get lists of women that I've ever spoken to. And in his mind, he's built up this idea that I have essentially the following fetish. That I approach a woman, I float the idea of her being on my stream, she fucks me, I fuck the woman, then I bring her on stream and I have my entire fan base attack her because I get off on that, and then I run her out of my community.
Wait, what?
I built almost this entire narrative off of mining Anna, personally, for story.
Wait. That's a huge... So his fetish is specifically to have someone, get a woman, on stream, and then have them be bashed by their by his community, and that's what gets him off? he thinks that that's specifically a fetish that he's like purposely trying to put out there. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy.
And information. I don't know when they started talking, but I think that he's really good at talking to people and building them up in the ways that they want to be built up so that he can get the information from them that they want to give him. And yeah, him and Anna have been talking a lot in the background. He's got this archetype or narrative in his head for how I treat women on my stream. And he's also got Lav, who...
True, that is pretty messed up. That'd be crazy if it's true.
Every time she would claim that I'm only defending a woman because we hooked up with them, blah, 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 but I can't be public about the fact that we hooked up. So between him, Lav, and Anna, now he has in his head, he's built up this archetype in his head of this is what Steven does to people. I've got 2 women here who maybe feel abused or mistreated by his community. And then what he's doing is he's trying to find every other girl that I've spoken to see if he can
fit them in, if he can slot them in there.
Now, I don't know how many women he's talked to so far, 10 or 20 or 30 or more. I know that he's been trying desperately to get in contact with people like Denims and Bad Bunny. He's like messaged a ton of people asking for lists of women that I've spoken to. I know that when I found this out 2 days ago, I started going down my list of friends and right-clicking and doing the properties, and I suddenly started to notice that Mr. Girl was mutual friends with every single girl on my friends list that I've like ever spoken to.
God.
And I can't prove this, I don't know, but if anybody wants to come forward to share, I think what he's doing is he's calling all of these people in the background, and I think that he's asking them through long conversations or trying to convince them that I'm doing something improper or wrong.
Jesus.
This is extra frustrating for a few different reasons. One is because there are some people that Mr. Girl, I think, can only confront because of very personal, very private information that I've told him. So he's taken that information and he's basically used it to lie to other people or attack me in the background, which is very frustrating because it's very rare that I share a secret with somebody. Don't have very many. So that's one thing that's very irritating. And then 2, because I think I was genuinely like a pretty good friend to Max and Lav, although I guess they both don't feel that way because my subreddit shit on them for a while. But like, yeah, I'm not sure. I guess in the future, I need to write like strict rules for, I need to write strict rules for
damage.
how people are going to interact with me on stream or something, because I guess if the subreddit is mean to them for a few days, they're going to lose their fucking minds. But, yeah.
That sucks.
That entire fucking stream with Erudite was fucking disgusting, where he's pushing you to share shit with him to prove that you love him. Yeah, it's pretty weird. But I think at the end of the day, I think that he's just like, again, highly narcissistic, highly manipulative, and yeah, that's just what he does. How many different people did you confirm that he contacted? I'm not going to release numbers because I don't really want him to know what I know. Is he doing this because of the subreddit stuff? I don't really know what flipped the switch in his mind. Do you have any evidence or receipts? I have a ton of evidence and a ton of receipts, of course. I'm not going to go public with something like this with somebody that shady without obviously having some idea what's actually going on in the background. I don't really want to quote any of these in particular because I don't want him to know who sent me stuff, but he's used phrases alluding to the fact that I like very carefully choose which women I want to victimize. He's repeated this pattern that like my goal is to abuse women by bringing them on stream and having my community make fun of them after I fucked them. You had Lav today alluding to the fact that I guess I'm Harvey Weinstein on stream because I have sex with a lot of people that come through my community, which I mean I do, but the way that I always kind of saw it going in my head is if anybody ever tried to Me Too me, all I would ever say to that person is like, hey, listen, oh, you think I was improper? Okay, well, leak all of our DMs. Or if you don't want to, I will leak our entire DM history. Because I always figure that, like, obviously, I usually have really candid conversations about, like, my expectations for people, like, sexually or whatever. So, like, here, like, for instance, these are messages that I sent back to Lav in August, okay? Early August. I don't know how many months ago that is. So, like, I'll literally say things like, oh, hey, just because you've been on stream more and whatnot, I know we've had some kind of sexual conversations in the past, but you being on my stream or the way they interact with you never has anything to do with any of that kind of stuff, just being clear on that. She says something, and I say, I'm just saying, don't feel like any of your interactions are contingent on anything like that. You're fine doing whatever. Just don't want you to feel like I'm keeping you around for anything related to sex, etc. Like, I usually have very, very, very explicit conversations with almost everybody about stuff.
Sounds like he's trying to cover his tracks. Trying to make sure that if any of this ever comes out, he's like, hey, I said this.
I'll say it. I've said it a million times. If anybody out there, any woman ever feels like I'm being improper, feel free to like show in DMs where I'm pressuring you or grooming you or doing any weird shit like that. Those DMs don't exist because it doesn't happen. The only thing that I'm a little bit worried about when it comes to Max is because he's so manipulative. The struggle that I have is that I think he probably could get like 2 or 3 girls like fucked out of their head and like try to get them on stream. It's like, oh yeah, actually, you know, when I think about this, this kind of feels like really bad because his community made fun of me or some shit. And even if I have a really good response, if I get like 3 or 4 girls in a row that all have these types of like emotional stories, it just makes me look bad no matter what.
True.
I will say that it's extra frustrating that Max is trying to do to me basically what Cherry and Stardust did to him, except on a much lesser level, where he like talks to people, hypes them up, tries to convince them that they were abused, and then tries to get them out. I also think it's really gross that despite me and Anna's past shit, me and Anna have been like relatively chill, I think, for like the past year. I haven't had any complaints about her, no problems or whatever. Obviously, I think she did bad shit in the past. She thinks I've been bad shit in the past. I haven't really had any problems with her for I don't know, for like a year or more. But Max has been talking to her a lot in the background now, and I noticed that she's starting to echo a lot of what Max has told her to me and to other people in DMs. So basically, her, Max, and Lav have been running around in DMs in the background, basically talking to a ton of people to try to see if there are people that I like sexually abused or manipulated or anything like that. But do you regret giving Mr. Girl a career? I don't know. I'm actually really surprised at this. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Max has so much to lose, so I don't think I'll pull the plug on his site, because I'm just not that kind of person. Although I think if I did, I don't think anybody would think that I was in the wrong to do so. Like, I can see his income. I see like everything he does on the back end of his site that is like running my shit. Like, I could have just pulled the plug on that. I don't know why he would think it like.
That would be crazy. The fact that he's using his back end completely, the code base that Destiny made, and he's gonna be publishing. Supposedly, it sounds like he's getting like a hit piece together or something, or trying to get these women to come out against him, and he's doing it all using the fucking site that Destiny helped make. Or that's bonkers.
Does that make me sound abusive? Like, I have no idea. I don't know what the expectations are. Something that I was gonna go off on. Related to the conservative shit is that I'm really, really, really tired, and this has like been wearing me down a lot over the past few months. The reason why I have good conversations with people is because I have to try exceedingly hard to meet them where they're at, which is oftentimes years behind me in terms of emotional maturity. And it is a struggle day in and day out to baby walk people like Lav or Mr. Girl through conversations to show them like this is why everybody hates you, this is why you're contradicting yourself, this is why we're wrong here. And to be doing that at the same time that they're like constantly attacking me and shitting on me when I'm applying like every fucking ounce of good faith and charitability I possibly can to these people. Yeah. And then they're like turning around and like calling me an abuser or saying that I'm this or that is very fucking frustrating to me. I'll probably go back to my bunker in a day or two, and I'll probably try to like reconsider the amount of charitability that I extend to people, because that's a huge burden. Are you afraid that he would leak your secret? I mean, like, he might. The thing that sucks is that, like, technically none of these leaks really hurt me. They just hurt other people who want to keep their business secret, which I'll always respect. If other people want to keep their business secret, I'm always cool with that. But, I mean, I guess at this point, it's up to those two, who seem like they have no boundaries for any of that now. But, yeah, the Mr. Girl, Shaylin Lab stuff is incredibly fucking creepy. I'm assuming that Shaylin is a victim of Max, instead of assuming that she has any agency at all. That's just the assumption I have, because she's so caught in his orbit. But the Max conversation with Lav was actually unbelievably fucking.
You've been sexting consistently with Anna for a year.
Oh my god!
Problems. We're fine.
You have been sexting consistently with Anna for a year. Everything you say about her is a lie.
Max, what have I said about her that's a lie? Tell me.
That she stalked you.
She did stalk me.
That she locked. Okay, then why are you sexting with her still?
We're cool. We've been cool for a year, Max.
Oh my god!
Okay, so you acknowledge.
I was not expecting him to fucking jump in here. Holy shit!
Until you've been
Wait a
sexting
minute.
with her.
Hold on.
Talk to you.
Okay, so
you have been
conversation with Lav.
So apparently, from what I remember about the Anna shit, this woman stalked him, and it got really crazy, and they kind of cut everything off. I did not know that they still had a relationship. I don't know if that's been brought up before. That might be new stuff right now coming out.
Was actually unbelievably fucking.
You've been sexting consistently with Anna for a year.
Oh Jesus!
Me and Anna don't have any problems. We're fine.
You have been sexting consistently with Anna for a year. Everything you say about her is a lie.
Max, what have I said about her that's a lie? Tell me.
That she stalked you.
She did stalk me.
That she locked. Okay, then why are you sexting with her still?
We're cool. We've been cool for a year, Max.
Okay, so you acknowledge that you've been sexting with her for a year.
Yeah, we've had on and off, sure.
Consistently, this entire time.
I don't know what consistent. Every single day, no. But Max, listen to me. Do you understand that we've been fine for a year?
When you say we've been fine, that includes that you've been sexting for a year.
Sure. Yes.
Oh my god, why?
Okay, so when you're saying that she is locking you in the basement of her mind, or that she's this traumatic stalker person who's your victim, you have all these people.
Max, can you acknowledge that I haven't said anything bad about her for a year? I said we've been fine. I've said that over.
The last time I talked to you about her, like 2 weeks ago or 16 days ago or something, you said that she locked you in the basement of her mind, and it was a traumatic experience for you.
Yeah, because a year or two ago she spent 2 years nonstop talking about me, no matter what I did. You understand that was a year ago. If you pull up clips on my stream, ever since I moved to Miami, I've always said, me and Anna are cool. It's chill. Like, she used to be, I would say, a stalker, or she used to be like, whatever, but we're cool. We've been fine for like a year, literally.
Okay, so the fact that you've been sexting with her is already absorbed into your narrative about this?
Do you think that she did anything?
Oh, no. Yes, absolutely. I think it...
Okay, have I talked shit about her this past year?
Yes, the last time I talked to you, you said that she locked you in the basement of her mind.
Locked me in the past. In the past, Max.
Oh, okay.
Why? Tell me, Max. Why hasn't Anna come forward with any of this information now? Can you tell me, or do you want me to tell everybody why?
I don't want to speak on her behalf.
Okay, I will. It's because she said she literally wants to remain friends with me. And she said that. And I've had that conversation multiple times. Are you sure you want to be friends? Are you sure you're okay with this? And she's like, yeah, this is fine. It's cool. She talks to me about her shit. Sometimes she loops on stream. Sometimes she talks about her fucking loops. Like, yeah, that's fine.
Good.
But that's why she won't go public, is because she's literally told you, and I know she's told you this. And she told me this, like, yeah, I still want to be friends with you. I was like, okay, fine, whatever. I don't really care that much. That's fine. That's cool. If you got a problem, she loops. Sometimes she talks to me about it, and then that's it.
Okay.
You've built your entire narrative on this one story. And again, to repeat, I'm going to ask you for the third time. Hold on. Have I this entire narrative that I'm like abusing women sexually? But I'm going to ask you again. Have I said anything bad about her over the past year? I've said in the past things were bad, but this whole year...
I have seen the logs, dude. I have seen her asking you, hey, why are you calling me a stalker on stream? What's going on? Why is this happening?
But I haven't called... Yeah, when she gets into her loops, but I don't call her a stalker. I said she used to.
And then within two more lines, you're saying you're sending her videos.
It depends. Our conversations move back and forth, sure.
Okay, so...
Hold on. Have you seen any of the conversation? Wait, let me ask. Have you seen the conversation? Like, hey, do you want to be friends? Do you not want to be friends? Do you want to do this? But like, yeah, we've had plenty of conversations, and you can go and ask her where, hey, have you... Hold on, because I know the narrative you're trying to sell, where she's explicitly saying...
Wait, what narrative am I trying to sell? What did I say?
That I'm like, that I'm keeping her on like some weird, like sexually abusive stream. When I've asked her plenty of times, like, do you still want to talk? Do you want to do whatever? And she's like, yeah, sure. I'm like, okay, well, as long as you want to, sure, that's fine. But I haven't shit talked her on stream. Sometimes she loops on her stream about me. I don't respond to it on my stream, and I say everything's cool, like we're pretty chill, and then boom, that's it.
Well, the narrative I have is that while she is getting publicly dogpiled by your community and is labeled as a stalker,
why is she getting publicly dogpiled by my community?
She's labeled as a crazy person and a stalker that no one is allowed to talk about, and Lav even mentioning her to you made you threaten to cut Lav off permanently.
Why is she considered a crazy person in my community?
That's not the. I'm not answering that question. That's not what I'm talking about.
It is. It's important because you're blaming it implicitly on me. Me and Anna have talked about this before.
It is a fact.
It doesn't matter, Max. It matters where the facts come from.
So something that Anna. It is a fact that Anna is labeled as a stalker in your community.
Okay, hold on. I'm muting you for a second. Okay. So what's happened is when Anna goes live on her stream and then she starts looping, that gets attention on places like Kiwi Farms. Oh, he left. Okay.
Oh no.
Interrupt every time you sell a false narrative or changes fucking lights to manipulate. There was like a point in time where it was almost the case that like Anna publicly had like redeemed herself. Like we were on like a panel, everything was chill, everything was cool, and then she like and then she keeps
Why?
And then she just keeps looping. But
holy shit.
He just wanted to drop that bomb and leave? True. I wonder if he's gonna have any luck getting of the any of the other fucking 20 girls that he's trying to contact to flip against me. Jesus. He literally does not know that everyone saw the entire history of Anna. Yeah, the problem is that he thinks that she has a bad reputation in my community because of
There's just so much he streams so much. There's so much shit that you would have to go through. I don't know. I do have a feeling. When was the whole there was a stream that he did with John Zerka where they came on and there was like a big thing. That might have been a year ago. I wonder when that was. That could have been a year ago. If I'm being honest, I do feel like whenever Anna would ever come up, he would always try and like move it away and be like, hey, me and Anna are good, everything's fine, and he would like move it away. I don't think, maybe there'd be some memeing a little bit about it, very little, but most of the time I definitely would more lean towards he would try to get the subject away from Anna and be like, hey, that's in the past, me and Anna are chill now, everything's fine. Other people might meme about it, and then he would just like move on. That's the feeling I get. But is it possible that maybe he also like delved into those memes a few times, like bringing up how Anna was like kind of crazy a few times? Always talking in the past though, never currently, but still bringing it up now and talking about it in the past can still be a problem. I would say that's not good. I don't know why you would bring that up when you're currently having a current relationship with someone. You might not want to like keep bringing up the very negative side when people aren't privy to like the current like really good, not current. Well, he would make it known. He did tell people that he was having a decent relationship with her, or like they were chill.
Me, but that's not the case. Like I literally banned all mentions of like talking to her loops, reacting to her loops, or anything like that.
See, yeah, you did
for
do
the most part. Like we didn't talk about her except for whenever she would go like on her like crazy loops or whatever. I'm trying to think if I should read any of the. This was some of the messages that he was sending to other people. If Anna gives me permission, I can prove that almost everything Destiny said about her is a lie.
Oh my god.
He's mentioned to people, I have to move fast because Steven is in full attack mode on me. When I haven't attacked him at all on stream ever. I think he's just mad because I'm reacting to his videos where he's talking to Lab about me.
Ugh.
Oh, this is where he paints out the, this is the Destiny pattern. 1, bring on female orbiter. 2, fuck her. 3, trash her with the community. And 4, discard her. I would like to stop this from happening, but I don't think I can do it unless Anna is willing to come forward.
Not good. I guess that's what he'll say. if Anna's like the one that this all pins on, it would be the fact that he would every now and then throughout his streams like kind of like bring up her in a negative way or negative light, so that then his community would then bash her again all over again, even though it's like he's keeping a kind of like relationship with her. I guess that's like the narrative he's trying to paint there.
Oh, it was this message. He's starting the anti-Mr. Girl hate train pretty hardcore now. To be clear, I never even really said anything about him except for reacting to the videos that he was doing with This is exactly what Lav said. Yeah, because Max has sold this message to Lav and to Anna, and probably to Shaylin too. So like all of them are on 100% the same page when it comes to I guess me being this like crazy manipulative abuser or whatever. He keeps messaging all these people. He's like, I'm trying to, but none of these girls are getting back to me because nobody's responding to his insane fucking shit. A lot of these people like are coming to me and messaging me like, hey, this guy's like messaging me, asking me weird stuff. He seems to have this idea that I'm like, do you think he's nuking for content or he actually believes this narrative? No, I think that for Mr. Girl,
he has to believe it.
He actually believes all of this. I think that he really does believe, because in the mind of a narcissist, you're never wrong. He thinks that he's like the hero, like saving these people from the ashes or some shit.
Yeah.
Tried to ask Lav for an example of one thing they disagree on, and she paused for like a minute before going on a tangent about gender identity that she said they'd probably agree on but haven't talked about. Oh, Lav has been obsessed with Max for months, I think, so she'll agree with literally anything. Literally with anything Max says. So, yeah. Do you think he's trying to do this to coincide with the Lex podcast despite you both? I don't think it has to do with the Lex podcast. I think the subreddit stuff like fucked his mind like really hard.
Oh, who is it? Who joined?
Who's this? Unless you're something super relevant.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to see if I had pros, bro. I was just watching some of the stream. Sorry, dude. I don't mean to cut you off. I'll pop out. I know you're going through some shit.
Okay, have fun, buddy.
All right, bro. Stay strong, brother.
Yeah. What a waste of time.
Lav on her stream said she thinks it's hypocritical for you to call Max a narcissist. That's because she probably doesn't know what a narcissist is. I don't think Lav has very much people experience in general, which is probably one of the reasons why she's so easy to manipulate. Which is
oh my god!
So, like, I don't really blame Lav much, although it kind of hurts because Lav is one of the people that I was talking to on a more personal level. But I've always said something that, like, when I see people like turning against me, I never like fight for relationships because it's weird. I don't want to be in some weird like manipulator game back and forth where me and Max are playing like tug of war over the mind of like a vulnerable 24-year-old. The thing that bothers me the most is that Max, aside from like being like a literal rapist, like talking about like, oh yeah, when women say no, I fuck them anyways because I know what they really want. It's irritating that he's the one at the end of the day, and then watching him manipulate and gaslight the fuck out of Lav on his stream, and like the pictures that Shaylin is drawing of him and Max adopting her, and then like him on stream, like, you've got to leave Destiny's community. I left for you, Lav. No, you didn't, motherfucker. You left because you got ass mad, and now you're trying to suck more people in your orbit.
That's what he said. That's crazy.
Like I said, and I'll say this a million times. If anybody wants to leak DMs, if they think I'm being a manipulator or I'm being abusive, feel free to do it. Go for it. Like I said, I'm usually really upfront with everybody at anything. If I feel like somebody is like, oh, Destiny, I don't like this. Okay, fine, then fuck them. I won't talk to you anymore. Like, that's it. Yeah.
He had pictures of them.
What we've seen, she never seemed like somebody who can engage in casual sex. I think she probably can. Like I said, me and Anna behind closed doors have been chill for literally like a year. Every now and then, she'll have a cycle on stream, and then her and Kiwi Farms like fucking egg each other on, and then sometimes she'll like spam messages at me, but then like usually in a day or two, she'll be like, oops, I looped. And I'll be like, okay, chill, and then it's just whatever. Like that's been more or less like the past like 8 months of our conversation. Leave, sex slave. What do you want?
Can I say something?
Sure, go for it.
Okay. I just find it incredibly abusive and manipulative, the fact that he's using Anna as the foreground of his battle just for his benefit. And
yeah, it's also really fucked too because she started to message people now using a lot of the language that he's used.
Yes.
Who is this?
Tell that he is like getting in her head and like hyping her the fuck up on everything that he is saying about other people. Yeah.
Exactly. And she's gone through rough shit. And this is him bringing her back on, making her go back through everything that she's gone through before. So this is ultra fucked up, and I don't think people are realizing how fucked up that is.
Yeah, like I noticed this when she sent me this message like a day ago, where she's basically saying that like I get tons of hate and harassment from your community. You know this and you exploit this. You face no consequences. Big streamer news networks repeat your words. Articles get written because of things you say. Like a lot of it is the same talking points that I see Max and Lav and probably Shaylin are like echoing. So I know that they've been speaking to her. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. I know that. I can't reveal that. I know that Anna has been speaking to them a ton, and I know that Max has been like mind fucking her a ton on a lot of this shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Oh, like she just told me right now. Sorry to leak the DM from Anna. Anna just said, "Okay, fine. Max is telling me that you're going to go nuclear on me and got me scared. I'm not going to go nuclear, Anna, because me and Anna don't have any problems. We haven't had problems for literally a year. Sometimes she loops on stream about me, and it's annoying, but like I ignore it. My community doesn't respond to it, and then like a day later she's like, "Oh shit, I looped, and that's it." I haven't touched up to Anna for a year. That's it. We're cool. Everything's been fine there for a long time. But Max is like digging in, and he's like trying to like because the problem. I think the thing that happened was after Max built this narrative of Anna, he realized he couldn't find a single other girl to reinforce the story because it's bullshit. And now he's like desperately trying to like hype the Anna shit and maybe try to like get Lav on it as well. But I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of.
And so the other thing is, this is one of, I guess, I don't know. This
Oh,
isn't-
everyone's
this is
joining.
not you from your words or anything, but I feel like the situation with Anna was a big vulnerability for you because it was a part of your life that was really tough, and not only for you but for Anna as well.
Sure, like a year or two ago when she was streaming like every single day talking about me, and when Zerka was farming or whatever, yeah, that was fucking annoying. But yeah,
that was
like,
a
over
year
years, then,
ago.
like, done.
That
Like,
still blows my
Yeah,
mind.
so
That was a
everything's
year.
like chill now, and you and her are like on decent terms and just talking as friends and stuff. And now he's bringing it back to make it like go.
Well, she just said talking as friends. Like I don't know if that's just friends.
Absolutely bonkers.
Yeah, I think another issue is I think somebody must have brought it up to them. I don't know how many people know this, but it was brought up to either Lav or Max. Then they brought it up on stream, and then Max posted like, was it like 100 times in his subreddit defending his characterization of the Anna stuff? I think that somebody can tell me if they were watching the watching the subreddit, but yeah, Max started to post a ton in his subreddit, like attacking me like over all the Anna shit. So I think that he wanted to yeah, I think that he wanted to like bring that back up to like prove some shit about me basically. But yeah.
Also, something else I want to say. So him blaming you for what did he say just now? He said that the fact that your community attacks her is because of the shit you say about her. But and Anna and I have been very friendly in the past. Like I have no personal issues with her. The thing is, I've said this to Anna directly as well. The more she speaks about it and she leaps on stream and all of that, the more your community and even other random people are gonna shit on her. So it's not what you say
Oh my
about
God,
her.
look at that bar
Like,
go
like,
down.
you stop saying things about her when she asks you to stop saying things about her. It's because she talks about you on stream all the time. So people like
Yeah, and it's
people
not even
come
my
back.
community. It's usually like the Kiwi farmers who she goes back and forth now. But yeah.
Yeah, so it's not. I don't. It seems like he knows like like he probably knows the situation, but blaming everything on you is just. It's just bad faith.
Yeah.
It's completely fake.
Excuse me, we do not sound the same.
Good job.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hello,
What people are saying
I don't
about
understand. What do you guys think?
Because
You
you're both
know me.
fucking Europeans.
That's why we don't even. We're
I don't
not
know
even
who the
from
fuck
the
that
same
is.
country.
it. Nope.
Close enough.
Melina sounds like Canute woman.
True.
Yeah. Sorry.
You
that's
sound
all
like
I
a.
wanted.
You sound like a baguette. That's what you sound like.
Oh yeah, I have a. It's a big. I got a strong baguette.
Good. I did more stagger damage.
I
Fuck
am
him.
a strong
Oh.
French baguette. But yes.
Okay.
So that's
Are
all
you
I
guys
wanted to
done?
say.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
all.
Thanks a
What?
lot.
Okay.
Have fun.
Bye.
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 I don't know who the fuck that was.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else to. I don't know if there's anything else to go over, but I don't know if Max is planning on dropping a manifesto
Yeah,
or
might
some
as well
shit.
take it.
If that's his like fucking goal. I know that he's getting really frustrated because in the background he's saying that like none of these girls are getting back to him. He's not getting the stories that he wants. Maybe now that it's all public, you know, if you feel like you're a woman and you've been abused by me, or if I've been sexually manipulating you, feel free to go and talk to Max in the background, and he'll give all the publicity to your story that you need. Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch the Shaylin interview. I don't really want to because, like I said, I'm trying to view Shaylin as more of a victim than like anything else. From what I
Yikes.
heard, I saw people in chat typing things. It sounded like Shaylin is basically like just 100% a megaphone for Max. She's just repeating all of his exact same talking points verbatim. She's probably been abused by him for years now. I don't know if there's anything else. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and attack like a victim of his, you know, for days or hours. Like that just seems kind of shitty. But I mean, I feel the same way about Lab too, even though I had high expectations. But logs of the things
I
that
need to
Mr.
roll
Roll
I don't think I do.
The reason why I don't want to is I don't want to reveal who they're coming from. Because if I start posting, I mean, like if Max challenges me on anything, I'll just start leaking. Because I guess who the fuck cares? And I don't think any of these people. I don't think any of these people care. Jesus, what did There's like clips of like Lav like almost comparing me to Harvey Weinstein. Oh Jesus.
Maybe I should start going for these. I don't know. No, I don't think I need them.
His framing on this is so crazy. Sorry, just reading through some of these DMs. I thought you and Destiny were friends. Well, we're friends. I guess I'll just read it. Fuck it. I stopped working with him because I think he's abusive to his orbiters. And then I found out he's been lying about and smearing the women he fucks.
Oof.
And then someone told me that he said he's aroused by psychologically tormenting women. So I guess
Someone
I'm friends, but
told him
he's
that?
also a sociopath, and I'd like to figure out what's going on.
Oh. Okay, dude.
The thing is, my hands are always tied because I'm not gonna reveal every single person that I've had a sexual relationship with because it's for their respect for their privacy. Like there have been quite a few for sure, but like there are girls that I don't have sex with anymore because of reasons, and they still come on the stream. Everything's fine. Some of them get girlfriends. Some of them get married. Some of them, like there's plenty of girls that have been on that I've never interacted with sexually. There's been plenty of people that I've blown up that I have and haven't interacted with sexually. Like it's just like the craziest like story in his mind. I've had issues with guys, not issues with guys. Like,
Yikes.
but I guess it's kind of hard to prove a negative. Well, I don't have to prove a negative actually. He would have to prove the positive, huh? Max really ended up becoming your supervillain, huh? Yeah,
Which is
I
crazy.
feel like I put so much out there for him. It's actually insane. I was the only person that was willing to listen to him after the weird like shit
Yeah.
with Vosh. I steel man the fuck out of like his like basically pro rape videos.
That does really suck. Oh, it really sucks.
Are you worried that Max is never gonna stop? I'm worried that I'm gonna become like a new Dr. K for him, and now he's just gonna go like full fucking. This is gonna be what he spends like 3 months on. Is just basically publishing Anna videos about me. But Oh, here's another person. Mr. Girl Dude reached out to me for an introduction to Denims and or Bad Bunny. I've never spoken to him before, but I have no interest in engaging with him, so I just said no. This is what he said to me. I'm interested in talking to them about some disturbing trends I've noticed and how DGG treats female streamers.
Damn. It's not going to be an easy win.
You think him joining was calculated, or is he super pissed you leaked it? He's probably somewhat stressed out right now, I'd imagine, because I think they probably wanted more time to get all of their ducks in a row on this. But unfortunately, one of the people at Mr. Girl, I probably would have waited a little bit longer, but Lav started to go crazy on her stream today. And if Lav was going to go crazy, then I'm just going to come on and say some shit. So it's probably Lav that fucked things up, unironically. Mr. Girl needed better control.
Yeah. Big surprise there.
Why is there so much obsession with DGG as a community? So this is something that I thought about a little bit, but I'm gonna have to think about. I have to consider this more going forward. I like interacting with smaller streamers, so that I can sexually abuse and manipulate. No, I like interacting with smaller streamers because it's fun to have like anybody on. I don't want to just be like
the
a
mask.
person.
The mask
Just
fell.
like, oh, I only interact with people my size and larger. I only interact with like huge streamers. But I guess something I haven't considered before. This might be a possibility. If you're a smaller streamer and you've been in smaller orbits, you're probably
You have way more incentive. You have way more incentive to fuck over Destiny than not, because you're a small streamer. Who cares?
used to like a certain level of feedback. Maybe when I interact with smaller streamers, maybe it is an unfair expectation to bring them on stream because they just can't like mentally handle like the level of public pushback if they say or do something that the community considers wrong or dumb. Which is like, so maybe I just shouldn't interact with any smaller streamers at all. Maybe that's just like always a mistake because it's always gonna break their minds. But I mean, like, that seems shitty that like I can only basically be like a clout shark.
I don't think
Here's
you have to do that way.
So somebody else. Can you help me make a list of women I should reach out to? Steven is going into full attack mode on me. I need to move fast.
A list of
names to
women.
suggest, please let me know. Oh my god. Oh, hold on. Okay, so there might be more. Maybe this will get interesting. He also linked up with Claw. Mr. Girl did. Hey, man.
I don't know who Claw
I don't
is.
want to read all this, but yeah. Someone asked on your Kiwi farms yesterday too. Oh, I wonder if it was him on another account.
Yikes.
It was some no-name account with one post. Oh, yeah. I guess in a way, I guess that makes me feel good. One of the things that I was like a little bit worried about was that like he would be able to find like some girls who are like, oh fuck yeah, I don't actually like Destiny anymore, and he could get in their head enough where they're like, man, maybe something wrong did happen there. But I guess like literally nobody flipped. But the reason why I've always felt comfortable is because like there are people that have had sexual relations before that fucking hate me now, like Bad Bunny and Merrick. People that absolutely fucking hate me, but they've never said I was like rapey or pushy or anything weird like that ever. So that's why I've never really been worried about anything because it's like. Yeah. Why don't you cut Mr. Golov and pull the site? I feel really bad going after somebody shit like that, but.
So you're gonna do the thing?
Well. None of this matters. We just played League for 12 hours. I didn't do any progress whatsoever today on the factory.
Oh.
Unbelievable.
Doing the wind up. They're gonna get caught in it. God damn it! Now we're gonna die.
Posting on Kiwi Farms. Is there a running record of what streamers he successfully or unsuccessfully tried to fuck? Nice. Based. Covert Ops post.
Fuck!
Nice job.
Love it when they just can't fucking not get hit with the
Fuck, I have
big
one friend that's hated
hit.
Max for so fucking long, and she's so happy that the bridge is burning. Makes me feel bad. I almost want to keep it up just to spite them. But okay, well, probably gonna permaban all mention of like Lav, all mention of Mr. Girl. I think I'm probably going to not interact with anybody that interacts with them. So put this message into the ethers. Well, fuck, I should think about that. I really do want to blackball them from everything because like they literally are trying to do. They're trying to do what like. Lav was almost crying, saying like, "You're such a bad friend to Max, letting Cherry and Stardust," when like the communities weren't even with them. Like, and now they're literally trying to do the same thing to me, but worse. You understand how weird that is? That like Lav and Mr. You're such a bad friend to Max, blah 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 blah. And they're literally trying to do.
Yeah. To be fair, I don't know if they. I don't. I know you probably don't think they deserve it right now. To be fair, they're probably looking at what Cherry and like Stardust and everyone was doing to Max as like. Not correct because it was more or less like a lie. They would say it was like he didn't flash them, he didn't do anything or anything like that. Well, in this scenario, like they think that Destiny actually is like manipulating and like taking advantage of people, getting them on there just to abuse them. So like they truly believe that shit.
Not even the same thing to me, way worse. Like holy shit, fuck! I feel like I've lost all the friends I've made this year. No, that's not true. We still have Abba, we still have Brittany. I think those two are still good. They haven't done any weird shit.
Yeah, there you go. Abba and Brittany keeping it together.
Oh, Erudite is cool. Pisco is cool. No, we're good. We're still up friends. Sneako's hanging on there. I think.
Oh no.
Low tier god. I don't know about that one, dude. All the no jumper guys apparently. Oh, Lex Friedman. That's getting posted tomorrow at 9 a.m. True.
Oh, nice.
Do you remember your first Mr. Girl talks? I want you to know that you can always trust me. I will make you have faith in me. True. What a wheezy little manipulator. Props to him though. He's probably one of the most manipulative people I've ever seen. It's kind of funny that I made fun of I think I made fun of Bob 7, but Bob 7 grows up to become somebody like Max, I think. Maybe. I don't actually know if Bob 7 could ever be that manipulative.
Damn.
Because Max is definitely like one of the highest level manipulators.
Damn. High praise.
Is Mr. Girl better than you at manipulating? Ha, obviously not. I hid those powers a long time ago. Where's the Arcadum speech? Me at full power as an evil person is a force the world's not ready for.
Cringe. Stop. Oh, cringe.
But no, again, like I said, I usually don't care to like. Problem with like manipulating people, and this is like what Max has to worry about, and he'll learn, or maybe he won't learn. I don't know actually. Maybe he's passed. Maybe this is like his final level, and he'll never like grow from this. The problem when you manipulate people is that's like a perpetual process, and when you're trying to like control people for years, that like for weeks and weeks and months, that gets exhausting. That's why I'm usually just honest with people. Like, you don't like me, then fucking leave. You know, if I don't like you, fuck it. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and like fake shit because it's just exhausting. Oh, this.
I'm tough. If I wasn't tough, I would have died long ago.
You think Mr. Girl is knowingly very manipulative? I think he does know. I think so. I think the word choice and the way that he acts comes across as very intentional. I really do think so. Yeah.
Once, many years ago, I allowed myself to become arrogant, and I became the most evil version of myself that I have ever witnessed.
Oh.
It disgusted me. Because imagine, you know me enough now.
What is this?
What my abilities are. Imagine if they had no temperance.
Oh, this is so cringe. Ah, I can't. I hated this. I hated this.
I was not a good person. I wasn't.
That was like absolutely this. Ugh.
But
fuck. There it is.
What a world. I don't think I can just stream normally after this, right? I feel like I have to go to sleep or something.
Yeah, right.
Ban Zerka while you're at it. Well, Zerka's like a memer. I don't care as much about him.
Oh. You don't care enough about Zerka.
Relationship just hook up with you and then close it again? Who the fuck knows? I don't know. Oh, but that's actually fuck. That's another example. Lab closed a relationship, meaning we're never coming again. But I still had no problem with her coming on stream. That was fine. Well, maybe she thinks then that's why my community turned against her. That I'm like subtly turning them against her.
Yo, true.
Subtly. It's so annoying too because there are even times where I think the thing that usually pushes me over, if you're ever trying to fuck me over in the future, I'm giving you advice right now. The thing that usually puts me over the edge is when I'm defending somebody on stream and I'm getting attacked by my community and the
person. Yep.
So I would like defend Lab on stream. I'd be like, oh, well, Lab brought on Anna, the Black Anna, the other night. So that was cool. And Anna's Lab's point to mostly coherent. Lab's pretty smart. Like I'd usually like be like pretty charitable on stream. And then like yeah, but then she still says that I'm like turning my community against her and shit, which is Jesus. Are we okay to tell people that you're calling Lab and Mr. Girl? Oh, that's what I'm trying to think of. I think I actually have to. I think at a principle I have to because Lab called me Harvey Weinstein. Like, I think I kind of have to. That's just insane.
Just insane.
Who joined? Oh. Is it already time for one of our weekly powwows?
Weekly? I think it's more like bi-monthly. Maybe 3 months,
Okay,
4 months.
Hold on, I gotta play the
Close.
I gotta play the Lab Weinstein, but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna move on. Fuck.
I don't know who this is.
Scrolling.
All these people
Is
don't.
this it?
I don't know if this person knows the fucking thing.
We treat
These
men and females
fucking
like this.
idiots. We don't got this.
Does it remind you of any stories that were in the news? How do you think that we should react to someone with a big platform sleeping with people in the same way that he does?
Jesus.
How should we react?
How should we react? He's like Harvey Weinstein.
And again, and then also the Anna shit doesn't even make sense because I've never even brought her back onto my stream. But hey, listen, I will say that if Lab or Mr. Girl, if either of them want to leak me being improper with a woman who I brought on stream in exchange for sex or any of that shit, you have my full permission and consent and leak the logs and figure that out, whatever you want to do. Whoever wants to come and tell their story, knock yourselves out. Because it's not out there. There's a reason why he's building that entire story off of one person. But, oh, part 2, if the shoe fits. Hold on.
Did you feel this way before today? Yes.
Once Max started talking to her about it.
I did not agree to him being a Harvey Weinstein. But if the shoe fucking fits, I didn't even say those fucking words. But if you're thinking about it,
Well, you're saying it. What are you talking about? What a dumb thing. I hate it.
All right.
I didn't say that. But if the shoe fits.
Yeah, I just want to parse
So
a
I-
couple
so
of
you're
these thoughts
saying.
you're having right now.
Yeah,
Two in particular, and then maybe there's one thing I want to say about Anna in
Fuck
particular.
you.
The first is, you had a knee-jerk reaction there where you said, I don't really want to bring small streamers on if they can take it.
Yeah,
well, it's not a knee-jerk reaction. It's kind of like thinking, like, maybe it is the case that when small streamers come on, like, the tidal wave of, like, pros and cons is too much for any small streamer. So I should just not do that at all, which sucks, but, like, that's just, like, a thought. I don't know if I would, like, commit to that, but that's a thought.
I think there's an awful lot of small streamers you've had on over the years who have benefited greatly and really don't lose out on much at all. I think if you're kind of pointing to two people, Lab and Mr. Girl, who are very different people, as a prime example of a small streamer that can't handle it, I think it's less about the size of their stream and it's more about the type of person they are.
Yeah, I guess it's really hard for me to parse through
which person that can be.
Do what. So, like, for instance, Max has been pretty not international. He's had, like, a lot of national media attention for a lot of really weird stuff. He has a very provocative attitude when he does his content. And those two facts combined with the fact that he hasn't changed his style and continued forward, I was like, okay, well, this is probably a person that can handle the ups and downs. That would be my assumption. And then same thing with Lav. Lav she's younger and maybe a bit more emotional, I don't know, but she did, like, online sex work and she has a huge TikTok. So I figure, like, okay, 700,000 follower TikTok, she brags about it all the time. She did music and she did, like, OnlyFans.
Someone die.
Also probably a person that can deal with, like, the ups and downs of online communities. That would have been my guess. Like, if you were to give me a handful of people, I'd probably pick those two as, like, my B tier or A tier people in terms of people. Like,
so your metrics are on their exposure to public engagement.
Yeah, like, are you, like, battle tested, basically? Have you gone through
yeah. I don't know if that's a good metric.
What is then?
Well, it's not that. I think there's a lot of people who have a lot of exposure to the public who handle it extremely poorly. Just in the normal celebrity sphere, you know, there's a bunch of celebrities who are perpetually.
This person sucks.
I don't even want to start naming them, but I'm sure names start to come to mind. And in the Twitch sphere as well, I'm sure you can name a couple people who have a similar characteristic. But you have to admit,
I don't
like
think we're gonna do
this content sometimes. I think it's pretty fun. He's interesting, but he is a very sensitive person.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't think sensitive precludes you from being able to handle online hate, right? Like, you can be sensitive.
Right, yeah, he's a very sensitive person. And he's also someone who has a history
of what?
Of extreme vendetta.
For the Dr.
Fuck.
Stuff? Yeah.
Fuck.
Like it. Although, I could buy that, though, given his background and everything, right?
I just don't think it's, like, think about it. This is how I'm thinking about it. If someone is willing to, if someone feels so convicted that they're going to devote hours and hours of their time to bringing someone down, and they're sensitive, I feel like if you rub them the wrong way, they might just feel that way about you.
Yeah, it's just a matter of what does the wrong way mean.
Oh,
so if I take him at face value, and I assume that, like, okay, well, his issue with Dr. K was that he said he was a therapist, he was being highly immoral, and then that's kind of his issue, and, like, Rectal committed suicide and everything.
But you wouldn't take him at face value.
Well, no, but in terms of digging through, like, so here's something that would have dramatically changed my engagement with that, right? Like, if I would have found out that Dr. K had personally slighted Max, then I would have been like, ooh, maybe something else is going on here. But I don't think that ever was the case, right? That they, like, had a personal interaction or whatever.
No, he just felt very strongly convinced that this person was doing wrong.
I swear to God, these guys out here.
I would call it sensitive, but it almost feels like an obsession.
Yeah, I mean, it does. He comes across as obsessive for sure.
Right.
And I don't see myself ever crossing him in a way that.
But you did.
Oof.
Did you?
Wait. Oh, sorry, Jesus. Okay. Oh, sorry, I just had a thing. Okay, sorry. Say that last thing again. Repeat that.
But you did cross him in a way.
I don't know why we don't.
Convicted.
I don't know why this is happening.
Dude, hold on. I'm sorry. I don't want to. This is kind of funny, right? Am I?
Oh, keep on.
Let me see.
Oh, what's up? What's happened?
That's pretty good.
Streaming is there?
So since I hit 30, okay, I'm trying to.
Oh shit.
That's pretty cool.
Here's something that I've done a lot, okay, in my mid to late 20s, especially as I became more emotionally mature and I stopped being as much of, like, a manipulator of people and weird and evil and all that shit. One of the big changes that I went in my thought process was that I need to stop looking at other people as worse than me, and I need to look at them as different. Some people might be emotional, some people might be less rational, some people might be whatever, but it doesn't mean they're worse. It's just everybody has, like, a different frame of reference of how they view the world. So as part of that, process, something that I've tried really, really, really hard to do is I've tried really hard not to mind read people, even though I generally have a feel for things. I'll try really hard. I know that. But I'm generally like, okay, hold on, I'll give you a shot. Whoever you are, right? Ari, Nina, Max, any of these, like, people that have got, like, crazy, but you know what? Listen, I'll give you your fair shot. Because a lot of people say a lot of crazy shit about me, and I don't think I'm crazy, and I want you to give me a shot, so I'll give you a shot. I'll extend to you the same as anyone else. It's exhausting to me that because, like, so the way that when I look at Max, in my opinion, now I'm a subjective human, so, you know, what the fuck, what am I to say this? But, like, if I zoom out, I feel like Max has every reason in the world to love me and very few reasons to hate me. Maybe a couple reasons to be a little bit irked over the subreddit stuff, but objectively speaking, no shot. But, like, should I just be moving into that subjective frame of reference where it's like, okay, hold on, I know what Max is like. He's a little bit of a crybaby. I need to, like, basically be a dad to him through all of these, like, interactions, and then, like, assume, like, okay, well, that subreddit shit is actually probably driving you fucking crazy. So let me do everything I can to kind of, like, you know, burp you, feed you, put you, take a nap, like. Sorry, I mumbled a lot. But like, yeah, I don't know how much responsibility am I reasonably supposed to take over like another fucking adult? These people are adults.
I don't think you're supposed to be taking responsibility. But like, you just came on stream and you said a bunch of things about Max.
Sure.
You know that he was a very good manipulator.
Yeah.
That
very good manipulator.
He's very. What's a good word?
Manipulator.
He's very good at convincing other people of things. And now that he's hurt you, you're not really giving him the benefit of doubt anymore.
Well, it's not so much that. Well, I guess we can put it that way. That's fine, sure.
Yeah.
If somebody's gonna like start to try to like fuck me over, then yeah, I'm not gonna. That's like the
charitable.
Start to dramatically decrease. Although like I don't know if I'll pull a plug on a site or whatever. But.
Yeah. So I think what I'm trying to get at here is.
Okay. Please don't die this time, I did.
Your sort of framework here for like I'm going to give everyone the benefit of the doubt, and I'm
middle up. Okay.
I'm sure you were feeling these things like Max is a manipulator, and you're giving him charity anyway, right?
Yeah, especially over all the videos with him and Shaylin and shit.
Yeah. And so you don't want to read into it, and then once he hurts you, now you're like, oh fuck, I got to stop talking to small streamers. That's the only solution. I just feel like that's maybe you could be a little bit more guarded.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe instead of giving people all the benefit of the doubt, maybe you could just be a little bit more guarded and trust someone just a little bit less and read into how someone is. If someone seems like a manipulator, maybe just be a little more cautious about bringing them on stream. Because the answer certainly isn't, well, now all small streamers should stop going on stream. Because of these guys.
That could be the answer, though.
Yeah, maybe. What about like somebody like Lav, for instance?
Well, I don't really watch Lav a lot. But
because like in this instance, I feel like if Max wasn't here, I think Lav would still have some complaints about like the subreddit, of course, which is reasonable, especially because I do post a lot about her. But I think that her mind has been like,
oh my god, that guy died again.
Max,
I'm triggered.
Yeah, from what I've seen, Lav is. I mean, you know her better than I do. I'm sure you can. Everyone has things that they're dealing with emotionally, and even though she's got a lot, it seems like she's just got a lot going on.
Yeah, maybe, but that's fine, right? Those are interesting people, right?
I agree that they're interesting people, but they're so like. With the Anna thing, because I want to get to the Anna thing. This is a good parallel.
Come on.
This is a good time to draw it in. Anna's a really interesting person to you, and you actually like talking to Anna.
Yeah, it's interesting for sure.
You've
been chill for like the past year. Yeah.
Absolutely, and we talked a lot about Anna in the past.
Yeah.
I'm pretty intimately familiar with the situation, and I actually found it really empathetic.
Big 5 mil.
One of the most empathetic things I've ever seen when you kind of figured out what she was dealing with in her head, and then you explained it to your.
Let's see if they know the mechanics.
And you moved on, and you stayed friends.
Oh, this person's down. I'm going up here. Fuck this.
I think that's. That's kind of the opposite of hurting women. And it's also, but Anna's also hard to understand for a lot of people.
Sure. And which is fair. I think a lot of people are hard. I think most people are hard to understand for most people. But yeah, especially people that are further off.
Well, okay, Anna is...
Yeah, is more often than most people, yeah.
Yeah, not that Anna's any worse or any, I think Anna's a fine person. But
and now 8.
It's hard for people to understand someone like Anna. And it's hard for people to understand why you would have the relationship that you do with Anna. And I think that the same is kind of true for Lav. And I think that that Anna and Lav are not. Compare Anna and Lav to someone like.
Oh my god, we can do this.
I don't mean. I guess that's just the easiest example because people on stream like Lily Pichu. But compare them to Lily Pichu. Lily Pichu is a much more.
Put together person.
Kind of.
What?
Less contentious person.
Oh sure, yeah, that's probably true, yeah.
Yeah, and so with two very contentious people, it's going to be a lot harder for people in your audience to understand.
Thank you.
Which is fine, but I'm okay. Well,
thank you.
I'm okay with that because, like I said, I've never ruled my personal friendships. I've never dictated by
myself. Oh, thank God.
But I guess if they're ever going to be on stream, then they get. There's a chance for them to get irritated by it. But
yeah, and so I think when it comes down to like, okay, it's not small streamers. You have to be careful with people who are contentious, very contentious.
I feel like it's not even contentious though, because I was contentious and like I did have to take a step back for my mental health.
Pixie?
But it didn't become what has happened now. And I don't know, personally I think a better litmus test is just seeing if people feel like they have to be superior to others. Like, and the reason why I say this is because, not to get too armchair psychological or whatever, but both Lav and Mr. Girl have admitted that they have problems when it comes to this, right? So Mr. Girl, or maybe Mr. Girl hasn't admitted it, but he's always talking about like how other people are stupid and they don't understand him and like, they're just not smart enough, right? So he puts himself in this higher class. And like Lav has talked before about how she feels like she has to pull women down or whatever, or like be better than like the other women or whatever.
True.
I think that the reason why this is so important is because when you break those people's egos, or when those like people's reality is shattered or is confronted, shaken, whatever, they're going to try their fucking hardest to bring you down, because that's the only way they're going to be able
I don't feel like that's like a normal human response.
Well, no, it is.
Like that's
it's not.
The most normal, the most human.
With every person you bring on. It's not the fact that they're small streamers, it's the fact that it's the cycle. Like, I think a ton of us are surprised, we were talking about this earlier, that Mr. Girl was the one to go down this path because Mr. Girl was so adamant about how loyal he was to you, how appreciative he was to you. And then the moment it's like, hey man, I'm not going to cater to you, I'm not going to acquiesce to your desire to not be shit on by my community. This is the internet. Like, you are going to get a reaction from a lot of people.
Oof, that was the turning point.
And they have a voice on Twitter. It's going to
happen. All being him manipulating him.
You're going to deal with this no matter who you deal with.
All right, who's the next orbiter to fall then? Let's make.
I can't think of anyone off the top of my head, but who's a big orbiter?
Abba?
A big person.
I don't know if orbiter.
No, that's gone down. That's turned on you. Someone that had a following, either whether or not they gained it from
Vosh?
you.
What do you mean?
Yeah, there you go, Vosh. Like someone like Vosh. Like people are going to react this way regardless. So big people or small people, you're going to get people that regularly engage with you, and then when shit turns sour, either they look bad in front of their community or in front of yours, they're going to get pissy about it and behave in this juvenile way. And I have to come to terms with it because it's annoying to watch, because it's fucking not normal human behavior. But these people just turn tail and go to the people that are going to reaffirm them. It's going to happen no matter who you engage with.
True. I feel like that's true to some certain extent, but I feel like there's something like pretty nefarious about Mr. Girl and Lab. That I
feel like when I say nefarious, I want to restrict that to Max. I don't think that the other people that have been like sucked into his gravity well are. I think that he's the one that's driving all of it. The other people are just kind of like being used.
And I think it's important to point out that, as you said, he feels like he's being the hero.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So I think Lycan is right in the sense that, like, obviously when you step on someone's toes, they react a certain way, they back and forth fighting. But I feel like there's a big difference between that and between somebody trying to purposely, like, tear down your career or, like, make false sexual harassment allegations about you, because that's just, like, another level that I think has to be addressed. I don't know.
Whole other level.
Yeah, I don't know. What else you got?
Yeah, you had friends who you have friends, close friends.
Well, not anymore. No, I still have a few. I got a few.
Yeah, you have some close friends. I think in my life sometimes I have some friends who turn out to be really good people readers, and over time I start to trust their judgments a little bit more as time goes on. So if you're like, I don't really know how to judge people here on who to bring on stream, look at those people, I suppose.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. Personally, I just think you should stay away from people who have superiority complexes.
Like, yeah, but we're in the streamer world. Doesn't everybody kind of?
Yeah, everyone's really. So. Yeah, I think so. It's hard to avoid. I could never be a streamer.
I don't think it's so much superiority complex as it is fragile ego. And that sounds really fucking stupid to say out loud.
I think those are the same thing.
Someone with a superiority complex has
like a fragile ego, yeah. Like I think Max said on that stream where he was like mind fucking Lav. One of the things he said, I think specifically, was like, "Oh, do you trust me?" And she's like, "I'm not sure." And I think he said, "I found that if people can't trust me, they can't trust anyone." I think he said that.
What? What?
Everybody in this room is kind of looking for a metric, or like a way to judge people.
That's
I think
crazy.
we're all kind of looking in the wrong spot. I think that one of the best things to look at in a person is how they deal with criticism, because being in the sphere is highly contentious, and it's not whether or not is this person contentious or not, like Pixie was alluding to. I think it's, well, how do these people engage with criticism? Obviously, Max is somebody that doesn't engage with criticism at all, or very well.
At all.
Not
even a little bit.
Same thing. I think you could find that similarity in a bunch of other.
Yeah, but I'm sure there's probably some people I've interacted with that I still like that don't engage with criticism that well. I'm sure that's
like Mr. Moon.
Well, it's not just like, well, does this person engage with criticism in a way that is productive? It's like, do they engage with criticism in a way that's destructive, right?
Well, right. So I think that it's consistent. First of all, is that the sweet voice of Mind Waves I hear?
It is.
Okay, yeah. So I think it's pretty consistent that anytime Destiny goes up against someone, that even if they've been around a long time, the moment he turns on them, even if it's just political debate, we can point to Hassan, we can point to Bosch. The moment that there is that heavy disagreement, these people don't handle it well. And I think in real life, like, let's get out of the fucking streamer space.
I feel like Vosh stayed on for a while without like turning or anything. He didn't like instantly just say like, yo, fuck you, and turn. He was pretty like nice to him the whole time for a while. And they had some big disagreements.
I don't know about you guys, but I have a lot of friends that, like, I had a guy that I used to go down and get the fucking dollar burger night on Monday nights, and we'd shout. This was back when I was conservative. He was super liberal, and we would fight, and then the beers would come, we'd have the burgers, and we'd walk home because we were roommates and all that, and it was fine. That doesn't happen in this space, because you then have thousands of people watching you as that unfolds, and people feel the need to defend themselves in super aggressive ways.
God, everyone's joining right now.
Lick their wounds in public, and it doesn't lead to like a healthy assessment of the situation. So everyone just decides to turn towards those who are comfortable and try to find a way to be okay. And it's consistent throughout. I can't think of too many people that Destiny has really severely disagreed with that have stuck around. It's usually the fucking conservatives that keep coming back for more. Nick and him have fought how many times about how many intense subjects?
Yeah, but they've
with streaming matches and all this other shit. And Nick still comes around. But these other people, it doesn't. There are very few. I can't think of too many that stay around after a big Destiny blow up. Can you guys?
Well, I'm not sure about that one, but I think that like it's not just because it's kind of two things, right? That you have to deal with in these sorts of in these situations.
Get out of it.
I don't know, person in the sphere, orbiter, whatever you want to call them. It's the interpersonal aspect, right? Feuding with Destiny, right? For instance, and it's also the community aspect as well, right? Because you might be able to like handle that one-on-one sort of like heated, contentious conversation, like back and forth or whatever. But like when it comes to, okay, well, how are you going to handle all of the pushback that you're going to get from the community, the lashback, all that shit? That's a whole other beast. And I think that just looking at the size of somebody's platform
I'm 3.
is one way to sort of gauge that. Like, all right, well, does this person have experience with dealing with pushback, having a large platform? But
okay, hold on. Okay, wrap your thing up, and then everybody wrap it up and head out. I don't want like 30 people here. This isn't like the panel on discussing streamer fucking relationships. Lycan, say your final. Okay, Lycan, final words.
Final words are just that don't ice out random fucking little streamers. It's not that big a deal. You just have to accept that we're going to respond this way. It's a nature of the business, but you're going to fuck yourself if you forego those people. That's it.
Okay, love you, buddy. Mind waves. Final words.
Nah, just love you guys. Sorry for muddying the waters.
You're good. Have fun. Okay. Plans. Anything else from me? Or keep going. What's up?
Yeah. See, I think you'll find a mentor that works for you.
I feel like I feel like from the grand zoom out perspective, you can tell me if I'm crazy, but like Max's response to
you're crazy,
right? Like the only way to make sense of that has to be through the lens of some type of, I don't want to say mental illness, but like some extreme like mental aberration, right? Like he's got to be way off fucking baseline.
I don't want to read mine, but
I'm not trying to say like he's got to be, but like a normal person.
I just don't want to say that he's being crazy or whatever, right?
Well, that's kind of important for me because I have to evaluate for my behavior going forward.
Like, I'm not saying that he's not doing something abnormal. I don't know like that it's mental illness is basically what I'm saying, but if someone in my life, and I'm not a streamer guy, so you know this stuff doesn't really happen to me. But if someone in my life were to go after me, or try to get at my friends, or try to dig up my past as a way to hurt me or attack me or my livelihood, I would cut them out of my life.
You didn't answer my question.
Like, yeah.
I did. What he's doing is horrible.
Yeah, but do you think it's warranted? Is this like if I treat somebody in this way, should I always expect this response?
What doesn't make sense to me is why he's doing it. Like, what is he trying to do? Because from what I thought he said earlier, is like he still views them as like, yeah, he's still a friend, but like not Destiny. Mr. Girls apparently still sees him as like, it's like he would still call him his friend. Like, so then why are you doing this? Like, what is the goal here? Because I honestly have no idea what his goal is. Oh my god, big damage. Oh. The biggest crit of our lives. Not really. Only 13 mil. Okay, 9 o'clock. Times 3. Yeah, 9. People have no... Those two had no idea what they were doing. No pings being put up. Okay. So yeah, I just don't know what his goal is. Woo!
Response.
No.
Oh, okay. How much responsibility do I ascribe to like Lav or Shaylin here? Did you see Shaylin's thing with Chud Logic?
I didn't.
Fuck. I don't have the clip, but somebody said that. So somebody said that Shaylin said that when we first met, I was like incredibly rude or something. I don't have the logs because it was one of those temporary rooms. But I think Max said, "Oh hey, if you ever want to talk to Shaylin, I'll add you guys to a room." And he added us both to a room. And I put like the little Sweatstiny guy emote because it's funny. Like, oh no, what's happening? And then he put us in a room. And then I think I friend requested her. And then I left the room. But that's normally what you do in Discord. You're like, oh, you drag him into a room, you friend request, and then you like out. And I did that. But then the way that she was talking about it was she was saying like, oh, he was incredibly rude. And or apparently that's what people said in chat. I couldn't listen because I was playing D&D. But I'm like, what? I don't know how that was incredibly rude at all. Was that the classic gaslighting maneuver? Oh wait, hold on. Let me listen to this real quick.
Just ask. What are your thoughts on Destiny?
Oh, you bitch.
I would say I have moral beef with Destiny, but I also have personal beef with Destiny.
Blue.
Which I don't think he knows about this. Maybe he does.
I'll get spoken that way.
We were in a group chat at one point, and he was fucking terrible.
He was fucking
not
terrible.
Not directly terrible, but just like really dismissive. Max was just trying to like introduce us to say like hello, and he just posted the Sweatstiny fucking meme and left the group. And I was like, what a fucking douchebag.
Like, and I might be crazy, but that's how it works for email. That's how we usually like. Oh, you drag people in a group and then you add friends and then you leave. Like that's it. And we're friends. I friend requested her on Discord and we're friends now. I think she's BGB. Yeah, we're friends on Discord. Like that was the point.
Yeah, I think.
Maybe she didn't see it. No, she did see it because we're friends. She accepted me. We're friends on Discord now. Like.
I mean, if you're putting a hit piece out on someone, you're not exactly going to speak nicely about them to the public.
Yeah, I guess.
Jesus. Oh, someone else died.
Yeah, the responsibility that you ascribe to Lav and Shaylin.
Wait, the what? To Lav and Shaylin? Say that again.
Yeah, you're asking about how much responsibility you ascribe to them. If it were me,
I don't know.
It would hurt a lot if someone was trying to hurt
I'm
me.
blue. Yeah.
And then I had friends who I thought were close, regardless of whether or not, like I felt like they were manipulated or not. I don't know that I could be friends with those people.
Yeah, that's generally my experience. Is that I think I've said this before. Is usually when somebody in the background feels like when somebody's like fighting for somebody in the background, I just give those fights to the because I don't want to be like I don't want to feel like I have to fight for somebody's friendship against another manipulator. It feels so stupid to me. Like I'm not gonna waste my time. Either like me.
A little slow there.
Yeah, it seems pretty simple. I
don't know. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess another episode 12 of. I'm gonna go full hard and backstab Destiny as hard as I can over the dumbest shit in the world over a subreddit ban.
Well, maybe. I don't know. Who knows why he decided to do it. He might have actually legitimately felt like this Like that might push him a little bit or something. I don't know, but you can imagine a world in which he just like stumbles onto the Anna story and then starts to dig in a path, starts to dig in a tunnel.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's always hard because it seems like sometimes when it's related to him, there's like he's got like an infinite amount of nuance to explain why a woman can say no directly to his face, but he can still fuck them and it's actually a-okay. But then in other situations, like Dr. K is the ultimate abuser. Like it feels like when you reach a level of intelligence, you can craft these narratives that make any action you want, like post hoc, either excusable or inexcusable.
Fuck.
I think what you just said is pretty uncharitable. He just has one video about that, right?
Well, but he's defended that take a million times, and he'll continue to defend it.
Yeah, but it's one incidental experience.
It's not just an incidental experience, it's a defensive experience. Didn't he literally say, like, sometimes when a girl says no, she means yes? That's a pretty fucking wild statement to make, no?
I don't...
That's wild.
Is it, though? I mean...
I would say, in the context of that video, I would say it was a pretty wild statement.
In the context of that video, wait, fuck. I don't know
I can imagine literally having somebody say...
Oh, shit, I didn't see what happened. Fuck, I don't know what we're doing.
But maybe that's just me. I might just play on the cautious side. I don't know. I do agree that there's like a nuanced take that you can have.
I'm dead. Fuck. I looked away.
I do agree that there is
I'm so stupid.
Nuanced take you can have around that conversation. It's just irritating that it seems like he is selective when he applies that like lens of hyper nuance. You know?
Yeah, that is irritating.
Yeah, that's the irritating.
Something.
He had that same lens for all things. It's like, okay, yeah, I can follow you on this because the conversations are interesting or whatever. You know, relating to like because that is complicated. Sure.
When it's his,
see if I get a free one.
He makes his point, and then when it's time to come to the applying the nuance to your point, well, it's you know, there's no room. Yeah, I think that's pretty typical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I know you don't want to assign more responsibility to Lab,
there's still an
but I feel
hour
like
left
you
of
should.
this.
And the reason why I say that is because I feel like she's.
We're gonna skip around a little
like,
to see what happens, what changes. I'm nuclear.
None of that is like ever gonna blow up again. Like I think she's like generally like okay, like pretty chill. Especially after I tried to make a better faith understanding of like the OCD stuff. That's all been like pretty chill.
Okay,
yeah,
so they're talking about the Anna stuff.
Causing a lot of turmoil.
Okay.
Machiavellian, and that's that like leaving his site up doesn't really hurt me at all. And if I leave it up, man, I look really good faith. That's kind of
yeah, I think you'd look like a very good.
Let's
and it kind of is because her background is sex work, I guess, which could only work for like a woman. But I sincerely think there could be men. Like I think that Mr. Girl engenders like a certain type of relationship with his fans that a lot of men could very easily fall prey to as well. But Lab just happens to be a woman, I think. What techniques does Max use to manipulate? Well, it's a little late to analyze now. I was finally starting to go over some. I don't normally point them out as I see them because I don't want to be like weird. But I started to point out a few that he did in that last conversation. I think that.
We said a few He said a few like this stream, like singling people out, saying that he's the only one that like will understand someone or something like that.
To put into words. Some things are hard to put into words. He's very good at being emotionally vulnerable. I would have to think about this a lot. This is the feeling, and these thoughts are not like solidified. Oh shit! Hold on.
What? What's he doing?
I'm gonna. That'll actually make me lose my mind. I'm sorry. Let me refocus. Who's here?
Oh, some viewer call-ins now or what?
Well, no. Fuck you. Get out.
Oh, who is that?
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
I'm trying to think of how to phrase this. It sounds so weird because all of this shit is so schizo. Fuck. I need to have a stream where I just like fucking mindfuck somebody. And then I can shit because I don't think anybody believes me. I used to do all this shit in my like early mid-20s. So when I see it. It's very, very, very easy, right? It's very easy to pick something out like this. Okay. Let me walk you through a type of interaction that you can have with somebody. Okay.
If he's a master
to be
when it comes to it.
This is one of the reasons why I hate when red pill fucking losers say this shit too, because it's exactly wrong. If you show vulnerability to somebody, they feel like they're getting a certain level of trust.
Yes.
This is a behavior that I think Max does a lot. What you do is you show vulnerability to somebody, but it's actually a false vulnerability. You make it look like you're very vulnerable, you're very sensitive, you're very on edge. Anything they say could push you over. You don't really have even control of your own emotion right now, but you're actually very in control. But they think that they've stepped into an area where they have a lot of control over you, where you're the one that's very sensitive. And when you've got them in that sort of interaction, and Max does this a lot when he talks to people, when you've got them in that sort of interaction, it's very easy to control the flow of the conversation in such a way that it makes them feel like they're in charge and they're in control and they're getting a very vulnerable side of you. But in reality, they're manipulating you like the entire time. If I was having a conversation with somebody and I'm like, let's say, fuck, it's so hard. Let's say that this is something I think Max is important. Let's say I want somebody to really trust me, okay? I might have a conversation where I talk about how hard it is for me to let people to get close to me. And
which he does.
I feel like I want to trust this person a lot, but it's really, really, really hard for me to get to that level where I feel like I can kind of share something. But if they're willing to, if I'm going to open up to them, I just hope that they understand that that level of vulnerability that I'm showing is something that they can appreciate because I don't show that everybody. You can do shit like that, and when somebody hears that in their mind, they're thinking like, holy shit, like he's showing something so special. Like, yeah, I do trust you. And in their mind, they're in charge of the interaction. they feel like they're the one that is like, holy shit, I need to take care of this person here. And they feel like they're the ones that are making the decision to actually get close to you in that situation. This is something that Max does a lot to people. And it's a really effective
all the
way
time
at like bringing somebody like into your bubble.
How are we
and now
not?
Like,
how
now
they
they
not
super trust you,
go,
like everything's super cool, and you've played them the entire time. And he's done that interaction with people a lot. I didn't point it out because it feels shitty. It's like, oh, he's fake crying, because it's more than just like, it's more than a fake cry. Like it's a whole process of showing a fake vulnerability to somebody to bring them in really close and then present them with a list of options. Like they have total control of you, but you're walking them through the steps of how you want them to behave the entire time. These are like advanced manipulator tactics. Like, you don't normally see people do this, but Max does this openly to a ton of people. A really, really good example was with Lav, when he convinced Lav to leave my community, but he did the thing where he pulled back right at the end, where he's saying, you should leave, you should leave, you should leave. And then like right at the end, where she's like, I think I should leave. And he's like, you don't have to. And now she's like, she feels like she's almost there. Now he's like trying to pull back. The feeling in her mind is, oh God, he doesn't want to control me. He wants me to choose my own, but he doesn't want to feel like he's forcing me to do something. Yes, I will make this choice. Like it's that kind of feeling that you're like pulling in their mind. And like watching it happen to somebody else is like, yeah, he did that while crying. Oh, it's so fucking annoying to watch shit like that played. And I want to say something, but maybe I will.
Oh man.
Maybe from now on I'll start pointing shit out like this when I see it. But I don't know. It's fucking. It's just dumb because it feels mind ready from my perspective. Like I don't want to point this out, but but like it's ugh. Have you always noticed these tactics or only recently? No, I especially noticed them when Max. Okay, the first time I really paid attention to Max doing this is he made an observation about Dr. K that I only think somebody can make that observation if they are aware of the tactic. And it was the idea that like, if you apply enough pressure to somebody, when you let up off that pressure, it's always going to feel good.
Yeah.
If you lean in and apply pressure, if you make somebody uncomfortable, if you move them enough, anytime you pull back and give them space to breathe, they're always going to feel really good about it. This is like the classic good cop, bad cop played by one person. And when Max was able to point out that essentially that's what Dr. K does in his conversations, I noticed, and I was like, that's very true. And it's very astute that you notice that, but you do this in every conversation you do. You always try to get somebody off edge emotionally. You always try to push somebody to the point of crying. And then once they're crying, you ease up on all the pressure. You have a nice moment of silence to let them reflect, process their emotions, and listen. And then you re-engage in usually a more calm manner afterwards, because now you've pushed them to the place to where they were emotional and they've come back. And now in a way they've shared something special with you, almost actually having sex with them mentally or emotionally. And now they feel like they kind of like they trust a little more. But yeah, I noticed that he does that a lot in conversations with people. But whatever. I don't want to fuck all these things. This is why I get triggered.
Whatever.
An empath. Like you're a little bit. I think to some extent, sociopaths and all these people probably are to some extent pretty empathetic, because you have to be able to understand how other people feel.
Oh, that's a cool ass.
Respond to feelings in order to control them, right? Like you're not going to be like a manipulator if you don't understand how people think at least a little bit. But yeah. But that's. I mean, what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do when this shit's just going down? Okay, I think we're done. I might. Looks like the big heat finished. It might still be going on, but damn, that's pretty big. I wonder, does he come back?
Like, I can't believe we are where we are. I actually bet somebody that there's no way Mr. Girl backstabbed you, and they were actually, like, they were right. And
damn. This is G.
So I can't believe we're here. The only thing I want to say
GSU.
is, I know you said like you might do the blackout thing. I specifically want to have a conversation with him, kind of understand some of this. So I want you to give
Mr.
me
Girl.
Yes.
No.
I want
Why?
you to
What's
give me
I need to get on quick. He needs to get in here so he can fucking be like, yo, I want to talk to Mr. Girl. So before you blackball everyone, before you everyone out, let me talk to him first. Let me get the scoop, and then you can start like letting people gone.
He's just gonna lie to you. He's not gonna be honest.
No, I feel like I'm intelligent enough to not be on the Reddit stuff. I mean the subreddit.
I don't care.
Isn't bridge burning like part of
Who affects
some of
Kelly
the
G?
issues some of these people have, right? It's like
who joins, who enters.
Do you think that there's a conflict of interest between her husband being the CMO of Ridge Wallet and giving? Yeah.
Fucking rage quit.
Anybody else? You already said your piece. What?
Yeah. Do you have time for one more?
Yeah, go hit me out. What do you got?
I'll make it short. All right. My question is, do you think that there's any chance of rehabilitating Lav? Like,
I don't know. I don't care. Maybe, but I'm not.
Or Factorio. What the fuck is that? When have you even done that fucking game?
Factorio before.
Melina
This is
joined.
actually.
Do it. Fuck you! You fucked me hard. Okay, well, good job. You single-handedly saved us. Okay, what's that? What do you got? Oh, it'll drop tonight. So how you doing, buddy?
How you doing? What do you mean? How am I doing? How are you doing?
I'm just chilling.
Further from it, and that's
I
sucks.
disagree.
And I
I'm feeling a lot of
genuinely,
joy. Thank you.
I know you're just so happy. You're just so good. You know those colors don't exist, but
Wanna do
I
logs?
do mean that genuinely, and you can mull over that with Melina stream when you're willing to be.
We went and prayed for this.
What was Dan doing? I'm gonna be honest. Mr. Girl flipped like 3 days ago in real crazy shit.
Wait, what the fuck?
Okay, just let me know. And also, dude, it's crazy. Your discoverability on YouTube. I was listening to the stream in
Fucking
Walmart.
Darius?
He's like, oh, dude, that's the Destiny guy. He's going crazy on Sneeko and shit. That's fucking nuts. That's bazonkers. And I was like, oh yeah, dude, I was on here a couple times. He's like, oh, you're the yell guy. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I yelled. It's fucking crazy, dude. That's bazonkers.
My one friend.
Only friend.
Oh, Tabor. Okay.
surprised.
Well, but
it
is surprising that it was as magnificent as this, right? Like I feel like every year, like a new thing happens.
Crescendo.
Yeah, and I'm like, this is actually the craziest thing that's ever happened to me. And this is kind of like having a bunch of people in the background working to try to like group like me too me. Like that's pretty insane. I don't think I've ever.
But his biggest mistake is thinking that old of a playbook will work.
But he's like
been very close to you. I don't know if chat remembers. He's been very close to you since the week of Christmas last year. That's when he first made his appearance.
Yeah.
And
we didn't even
that was then. Oh my god!
Not even a year. Very few people make it a full calendar year.
Jeez.
Damn. That's actually.
You literally are retired. Why are you? Don't you have a kid? What do you want? Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, what else were you gonna say, Tabor? Sorry, go ahead.
I'm just saying. I will.
Not yet. You know what's weird about this whole thing is like after your first.
He can't even hear us. He has a stream on the background. That's what he's responding.
Oh my god.
Now he's turning it off because he hears his own voice. It's all right.
Are you there?
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, he's listening to this.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what, though? You know what's real funny? You know who's going to be real happy, Tabor?
Who?
Fucking Dan. Steps away for a week, comes back. Yeah. 2 of his most hated orbiters are
gone. He went to the Holy Land. He prayed for this.
Holy shit.
He went to the Holy Land and prayed for this.
What was Dan doing? I'm going to be honest. Mr. Girl flipped like 3 days ago in real crazy shit. What if he was... and it's actually like 1 Jew against like 2 others. There might be some weird like Jewish magic or some shit going on in the background.
He literally has a Star of David on his back. It was like a power cell charging up the Holy Land.
Shit.
Fucking stupid.
God, grant me your... Yahweh, grant me your power. Bro. That's actually insane. And he was right about the verified Twitter bots. Dan just keeps winning. Dan doubters in shambles.
Dan, is he ever wrong about anything?
No!
Twitter bots verifying for $8, 2 orbiters burnt to a crisp, and he's been AFK the whole time. He's gonna come back. He's gonna turn on streams like, what's up, guys? How are we doing today?
Just another day. His stocks only go up.
There's something going on there. We'll bring him down somehow. There's got to be something. We'll get him. There'll be some arc. We'll get him on something, okay?
Wait a minute.
Call it like Iswheel or something.
Am I getting a swiftness boost here?
We'll get him on the misspeak. We'll get him on the misspeak when he comes back. Oh, Did you figure shit out? What's up?
Sorry, bro. You know what's funny about this whole thing is after your first conversation with Mr. Girl, do you remember we chatted about him?
What about him?
I don't know. I kind of was like, I saw these red flags, and then you were, I guess.
Oh my god, he's coming out being like, "Yo, I told you so."
Well, I knew that he was crazy.
Look at all these "I told you so" people coming.
How many people have perms to this room? Who is this?
Listen, there's like 200 people with notable perms. Okay, chill.
Oh my god, I've never seen the universe in my life.
Listen, are we good? Are we all ready to sleep? Is it good?
No, I'm not even talking about him. I'm talking about what?
Oh, this is my friend. This is my friend Emily.
It's random neighbors and stuff.
Yeah, we got a lot of random people. Stop.
Okay. I am a up-and-coming DGG journalist. Okay?
No, stop. No, hold on.
No memes.
What is happening?
Questions for you.
Yeah, I know, but this is not. We were gonna. I was originally I told you we do this today, but I think it's got to be tomorrow.
No, not that.
Okay, what do you got? One serious question. If you meme hard though.
Okay, so they're just. Oh wait.
You're ejected into the sun.
Let's see what the question is.
So as
what is an NFT?
People in your orbit, like they tend to get relevant by engaging with you or your community, or by antagonizing you on your community.
Yeah,
Are you scared that if you're blacklisting some people, you're creating like a rot pile of people that purposely just antagonize you to stay relevant on the internet?
What is that? What is that like lip smacking I'm hearing?
Yeah, that's always the issue. Is that like let's say that I do blacklist them, and then let's say that like Chud is like, well, I still want them on my stream, and Destiny's banned from Twitch.
Okay, I'm gonna stop the stream here. It's just going out now, so that's fucking crazy. I guess we'll be seeing a hit piece from Mr. Girl coming out. This is upsetting. Oh well, it was fun while it lasted. The relationship less than a year apparently, from what Tabor says. Crazy shit.